All right. Welcome to today's meditation time. I hope that you have had moments to be outside today, enjoying these blue skies and this beautiful sun, and then enjoying those extra minutes that we have because of daylight savings time. I know we sometimes regret the loss of that little bit of sleep on that Sunday, but when the nights get a little bit longer, it sure does make you feel good. So tonight, in our time together, we're still on this journey of stillness. And tonight I want our focus to be about this concept of holding space. This has really been sitting with me a lot lately as I think about friends and family and people that are close to me and the things that they're going through. And this idea of how we hold space for each other. And I believe that within that, there is this idea of stillness. When we finally understand this concept of holding space, stillness is there waiting. And so tonight that's going to be our focus. So I want you to get comfortable where you are. Either cross your legs, let them just rest if you're in a chair, or if you're already lying down, just get comfortable. And start to find a steady rhythm of breath. Slow breath in and a slow breath out. Just easing into this moment, feeling the comfort of returning to this slow, rhythmic breathing. Oftentimes, it's not until we return to this that we realize how busy we got and how labored our breath became. But here and now, we return. Slow breath in and a slow breath out. And as you continue to keep that rhythm of breath, I want to pose to you this idea that if I were to say the statement to you that I will hold space for you, what does that mean? What does it truly, in a concrete way, what does it mean to hold space for someone? And what does it mean for someone to hold space for you? So I want you just to sit for a second for us just together, quietly on our own. Just let that idea just kind of ruminate. See if you can picture a visual, if you can find any connection. And for some of us, it may be too abstract to really connect to just yet. Take a couple more breaths and just see if I hold space for you, or you hold space for me. What does that mean? So I told you I've been sitting with this idea for a while. And I want to compare it to give us a concrete example. I want to compare it to a yoga mat. And whether you have a yoga practice or not does not matter. But I want you to think about what a yoga mat looks like. We show up for a class, or we decide at home we're ready to do some form of practice, and we take that mat and we roll it out. And within that long rectangular space, there is no past and there is no future. There is just that present space, or you stand, or you lie, or you sit, or you balance. So that mat, in a concrete way, holds space for us. We leave our shoes and our keys and our worries in another spot in the room, or in the house, or in the studio, and we come and we find our way to that mat. So just picture someone sitting or standing on a yoga mat, and it's holding space for them. They show up with whatever they've got that day, the best they've got. And some days it's not a lot, but that mat is there in the present moment, ready. That is what it looks like within humanity as well. Sometimes life is too much for each of us to navigate on our own. Sometimes it's too much for us even to feel like we can survive it. And right about the moment that we feel like it is too much, a friend, a family member, a close person in our life arrives and sits next to us And maybe they say nothing. Maybe they put their arm around us. Maybe they just look at us. Or maybe they speak. But what they do in that moment is they see us and they hear us. And they know that we don't have enough to do this on our own right now. And they're going to be present for us right there. I hope that each of you have experienced that at some point in your life. I know we've all experienced the moments where we feel like, I've got nothing left. I'm kind of at the end. I'm on fumes. And all of a sudden, the right phone call or the right text or the right card in the mail or the right person arrives, or even the right post we see on some form of social media of our person that we connect to. We see it, and our heart feels calm again. And we realize that we don't have to do this by ourselves because that person is holding space for us until we're able to do it for ourselves again. The same thing happens for people that you love and care about. You get this sense inside of you that I need to call him or her, or I need to reach out, or I need to send a card or an affirmation or something. And when you act on that sense, you're holding space for them as well. And I believe that what happens in those moments, they're not serendipitous, they're not coincidence. It is each of us helping another person to be still. To not have to figure out how to make the next decision or the next move or to do the next thing. We're allowing them just to be still in the moment. The same thing happens on our yoga mats. Sometimes we lie down and all of a sudden it's like that mat just absorbs the weight of our body and we can be still. So tonight I would ask you, what are you walking through right now that you need someone to hold space for you? It may be tiny. It may be gigantic. But if it comes to your mind, that means that it is important and real to you in this moment. And so what I want us to do in our quiet time together, I want you just to reflect on what you need. Oftentimes we come to meditation and I want to challenge you and I want to just move you forward in your journey. But tonight I want us just to be still and think about, what do you need? What do you need from another person? What do you need from a situation? And what do you need from this moment? And as you begin to reflect on that, I'm going to grow still and quiet. And I commit to hold space for you. So you let the thoughts just come. Let it reveal to you what needs to be revealed. And know that in this time of us collectively together, for these moments of quiet, I will be still, hoping that you can find stillness as well. breathe in and I fill myself with this beautiful pranic energy. I breathe out and I experience stillness. I breathe in. I feel alive with all the energy. And I breathe out and I find stillness. And so over the course of the next day or so, when you get to that moment that it feels like it's just too much, come back to this moment right here that we're sharing together. Use your breath in to feel the life, the vitality. It's there. But use the breath out to remember that somewhere across this city, across this country, however our connection is, you can find stillness in your exhale. Because I commit to hold space for you, knowing that someday it will allow you to hold space for someone else. And then maybe even somewhere down the road, you'll finally realize you can actually hold space for yourself. That is the true gift of meditation. When the thinking mind can subside and I can finally experience stillness. That is my wish for each of you tonight and in the days to follow. Namaste.